division here is stock. We're actually having the Western divisionals for the stock category. There's 5 divisions in APBA for stock racing, and the West Coast is one of them.
This is my 12th year of racing, and I've been in, probably in 12 years at about 15 of them a year. And I race 6 times a day, so I've probably raced a few thousand times.
Yeah, there's been racing here on Cullaby Lake for decades. We've been racing outboards here for a long time. They used to race inboards here, so it's one of the long-time traditional race courses in this area.
Well, here last year in the second turn, I just kind of spun out and then went
you didn't
backwards.
end up flipping or anything?
No.
It's out on this race course right now. There's a pretty stiff breeze going up the back straightaway, so you have to sit further forward in the boat so that the boat doesn't blow over backwards.
Well, the big thing is that really confuses people who are used to car racing is we do what's called a flying start. What we do is we have the boats leave the pit area here, and they've got a 3-minute what we call milling time, which is they get to drive around, warm their engines up, and what they're trying to do is when the clock goes from that 3-minute time period down to 0, they want to be hitting the starting line when the clock hits 0 at best speed.
And if we are early, if we're there before the clock hits 0, we're disqualified. But if you're late, if you're there much after it hits 0, other guys are going to be beating you. So it's a really fine balance, and that's where these races are really won and lost, is right there at that start line.
You have to pay attention to the people around you, but you also want to make sure that you're okay and your boats don't hit anybody else.
In order to finish first you must finish.
Trying not to get mad when you get cut off or something, and trying to pay attention to the clock, pay attention to everything around you.
You're basically trying to, if you're in the lead, run fast so that if the race comes down to a matter of time, you have a better time than the other guy. But you're also trying to run well enough within your limits that you're not going to do anything stupid and crash when you're in the lead. When you're further back in the pack, it's still the same story. You're still trying to run within your limits, but you're also trying to set up other people for passing maneuvers, and they're also going to be trying to defend. So it's a really kind of a game that goes back and forth.
As if people break the clock, in other words, they go over the line before 0, the boats out in front may not be the leaders because they jumped the gun. So that's another thing that can confuse people watching for the first time. Every boat gets inspected multiple times, and you can also get disqualifications there. In stock, there are minimum weights, there are prescribed heights for the motors, and you have to run a legal fuel.
It's a level of intensity that's just unmatched.